So today I want to make a brief video explaining this concept that literally changed my life. And in terms of productivity and achieving your goals, this is pretty much going to be the number one thing that's probably holding you back. I'm making this video because I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this, but I'm going to just quickly explain this concept to you. So whenever you start doing some work, you're either in chaotic or static state of your mind. And in which state you are completely depends on what habits you were doing right before you went to work. So before you were to, for example, learn, work on your business, or literally whatever, it all comes down to simply to which activities you were doing before. And so if I were to, for example, just watch YouTube shorts or something very unproductive, right before I actually went and worked on my business or whatever, your mind is automatically going to be in this chaotic state of mind, which is very unstable and you simply cannot sit down and focus. This is the ADHD so-called state in which you try to sit down and do some work, but it's pretty much the hardest thing you can do, right? And so before you actually go and work, you have to get your mind to get as calm as possible. And this literally saved me thousands of hours. And so usually before, when I went to go and work on my business, I literally just sat down, was sitting for like 2 hours, and in total made like 10 minutes worth of progress, right? Because out of the 2 hours that I was working, 99% of the time I wasn't focused at all. I wasn't concentrated. I was just deep in my thoughts, and it was like the hardest thing ever to just sit down and literally just do the work. And so just before you go and just work on whatever is important to you, I just want you to know that one of the most important factors, whether you are actually going to be productive or not, is what were you doing right before you went and worked? Whether it's working on your business, whether it's doing social media content, whether it's working at your work, whether it's school, just keep in mind that your activities that you did right before are likely going to determine whether you are going to actually be productive. And one of the most important things that actually helped me so much is right after I wake up at like 6 a.m., I just go straight to gym, and right from gym, I go and do the work. And in the gym, I have no headphones on, I have nothing. I have zero stimuli whatsoever. I just do my workout, and while doing the workout, I think about my work. Like, what am I going to do right after I come back home? This way you can just get your mind to be still and to not just be chaotic. And I promise you that this might be one of the most important things that you are going to learn. It literally determines how productive you are going to be and how much work you are actually going to get done. And whenever you see your mind starting to go ADHD mode, where you just cannot focus at all, just do some quick meditation or just sit down in the chair and literally do nothing. Just, you have to get your attention still, because your mind can only be in two states. One is chaotic and one is static. And you have to determine in which state is your mind. And if it's in a chaotic state, then you just have to do something that's going to get it to the static state, right? You have to do very low dopamine activities to get your mind to that point. I actually spoke to my friend. He had big struggle just focusing and doing what he's supposed to do. And this is one of the most important things that actually helped him. Now, he's not perfect, but this was like one of the biggest contributors to how focused he actually is. And I've been on this journey on figuring out how do I actually do the work that I'm supposed to do for 4 years straight. And I'm telling you right now that this is one of the most important concepts. There's many aspects on how do you actually improve, but this is like probably in the top 10. Anyways, this was just a very quick video. I hope this helped you. If you want to see more stuff like this, please subscribe. Thank you very much.